Is Wednesday, September 30th, 2020. And I will read the governor's orders here. The Westborough design, pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, and the governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitation on the number of people that may gather in one place, this meeting of the Design Review Board will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and the general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and/or parties with a right and/or requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the Town of Westborough's website at town.westborough.ma.us. For this meeting, members of the public who wish to watch the meeting may do so in the following manner. Members of the public wishing to participate from their remote location are encouraged to email their questions to planning@town.westborough.ma.us. Emails need to include your full name and address in the subject line in order to be read as part of the record. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. The meeting can be viewed on Verizon Channel 28 and Charter Channel 192 or live streamed online at westboroughTV.org. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the Town of Westborough's website an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive recording of proceedings as soon as possible after this meeting. All right, so first up, 85 East Main Street, final approval. Clay, did you want to speak?
Sure. We submitted to Jim Robbins, and I assume it's been distributed to you guys, our comments and consolidated responses relating to variations from the original DRB plans to what was built. I can go over those with you one at a time. I've gone over them with Jim earlier in the week. Should I do that?
Yes. Why don't you go through these fairly quickly, Clay?
Yeah, sure. The front elevation, initially, what was built, there were no louvered vents in the front that were built, even though the DRB drawings had shown that. And the reason those got substituted out is it turned out we were using what's called a hot roof, which means you don't need to vent the roof. So, but we did decide to go back and swap out those. They're currently, they're on order, as I told Jim. They're going to be installed in the next couple of weeks. We're going to, in fact, put in the louvered vents. We'll, of course, have a backing behind it. You won't be able to see that, but aesthetically, it'll look the same. The second had to do with some, yes?
Kristen, can you put up the pictures of the building, which I think will make it easier for us to see what it is, or it would for me, if that's all right, Michael?
Oh, yeah, please. Yes, absolutely, Hazel. All right. So, Clay, I'm not sure if you're controlling this or Kristen, but we see the front elevation, and I think we all remember the two vertical slots there on the two front-facing gables, and so instead of the blank
right.
metal. Go ahead.
Instead of the blank, we'll be putting those vented panels in, and I'm not controlling it. In fact, I don't even have a visual right now because I'm off my phone, so
okay. I'm
talking. You can have a little blind here, but yeah. Anyway, we will be swapping them out to match the original design.
Okay.
The second had to do with sill and headers that were shown in the plan that were originally going to be done with cast stone. The cast stone was not readily available at the time of construction. So as the architect, I felt that using brick sills and headers on those two, on the windows that we're talking about in the front was acceptable. It certainly falls within the range of sort of that architectural aesthetic that we were after. So that was sort of an architect change in the field due to availability.
But Clay, so we're looking at the front elevation sheet, and then it has, notes, 1 through 13 below it.
Right.
And these are the sills that are over there. There's on the left, on the gable on the front on the left, there's 2 mulled double hung windows or joined windows. And we're talking about the sills, the lintels or the headers over those windows. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, we're actually talking about the lintels over the over those headers, and also I believe we're also talking about the band. Lou, if you could chime in, the band that's on top of the that wall, the low wall. Is that correct,
Okay.
Lou?
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
So it's really those sand colored items, for lack of another word, those precast type items. Because of the availability of the time, I swapped it out for brick, which to me is in keeping sort of with a brick facade of this type.
Okay.
And I have to say, honestly, it was my error that I should have returned back to you guys. I should have returned back to you to request that prior. So the next has to do with the entry door. The entry door, which was it was one type of design that had a divided light in it. And it was, again, replaced with, let me just get to this exactly where I am here. Divided windows replaced with solid window. Yeah.
The original door was supposed to be a carriage house style door.
Right, but I'm still on the front elevation, which has to do with the front elevation. What happened is there was a divided style door, and we ended up going with a full glass light, which you can see in the front of the building. You can see in the center, there's a big picture window, sort of where a conference room is, and there's a door there.
Mm-hmm.
That door originally had a divided light, and we ended up going with this. Again, it was the last minute design decision to change that. It is, however, a commercial door. So, there was some talk about it feeling a little bit more residential, but in fact, it is a commercial locking system. The real reason, one of the reasons we swapped it out was the door that was shown on the DRB drawings. We could not get it as a commercial grade door. So the problem is, as you may know, that the difference between commercial door and residential door, it not only happens with the hardware that we put on it, but also has to do with the sill condition and making sure that it's an accessible door. So we needed to swap it out, and we couldn't get something that looked exactly like the architect's rendering, the original architect's rendering. So we swapped it out for that full light. Do you see that in the front now?
Yep.
So I reviewed that with Jim and his feeling. I don't know is Jim on today?
No, Jim is away. He had a death in the family, so he's.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I reviewed this with Jim, and he felt okay with it, but obviously, I'm sure maybe he wrote a memo to you on this. All right. So the north elevation, we're looking at trim colors, and it has to do with paintings of the trim, and it really became a matter of consistency. Sometimes these renderings are there are inconsistencies within renderings, as you can imagine, because we may be paying attention to one side and not the other. So we originally had 2 different colors between the windows. There are these mullions that are between the windows, and we had a lighter color on the side, and we had a darker color on the front, and we decided it was best that the color scheme be consistent throughout the entire project. So the color was changed in the field to match the windows on the front to continue the continuity on the building, which is that darker brown color, the bronze color. Does that make sense?
Yes.
On the north elevation, there were some windows that were replaced with a door. And this happened actually as we began to look at the tenant fit out for the space, and we didn't have enough egress, so we really needed to put another door in the wall. So we decided to take those windows out and replace it with a door. It was really just a functional thing. And again, we tried to play within the aesthetic that we had created. So that's the north elevation. The next is the south elevation. Again, goes back to trim colors. Again, as I explained, we're trying to be consistent between all of them. The next was the garage door. The garage door had some glazing in it. It was a carriage house garage door. The owner came back. He said he really didn't want glass in those doors. He felt very, very strongly about that, and for security purposes. So the change was made in the field as per the owner. And then finally, on the rear elevation, again, we've got those gabled vents that we were talking about. And Lou, can you talk about what you ended up doing with that?
Well, we used the trim material and painted it the trim color to make it look like what the louvers would have been. But being, similar to the front of the building where we didn't actually need them, we wanted to keep in line with the original design.
Right, and instead of literally tearing them out and swapping them, we've kind of created a faux louver up. One of the reasons that we decided to do that in the back is, honestly, it saved some money. It looks fairly the same, let's just say that, and that we felt pretty strongly in the front about doing it, and in the back we decided to do it to try to save a little money. I mean, we're talking thousands of dollars here. To get that effect, and I think it was very successful.
So, Clay, so in this elevation of the rear of the building, we're talking about those circular white vents. Is that correct?
Is that correct,
Yeah.
Lou? Because I don't have that image in front of me.
That's right. Yeah, it's the big circles in the gables.
Okay. So what you're saying? So are those louvered, or did you kind of take some AZAC and fake in louvers? What's our expectation when we show up on site?
It is not louvered.
Okay, so it's just round and it's flat.
Correct.
Okay. And do we have that like 4-inch band of trim, if you will, around the white circle?
We do. Yep. In the last meeting, I think I had put up some actual pictures of them, but yes, it is. It does have the band around it. It's a very similar look. It just doesn't have the louvered effect to it.
Okay.
So that sort of is our response, and I worked through these with Jim back and forth, and seemed to be satisfied with what we had done. I'm sure you'll let me know how you feel.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll speak first. I think it's a beautiful building, Clay and Lou. I'm happy we fixed the louvers on the front there. I guess I'm okay with the front door area. I get that commercial door aspect. On the sides, I've got no problem with the trim and the changes there with the door. I'm a little underwhelmed by the garage doors, but that's in the back of the property. I don't think many people are going to see that. And I guess I'm okay with the louvers on the back as well. Cindy or Hazel, do you want to weigh in?
My only comment is that have you given to the design review plan showing all these changes?
Say that again.
I mean, I noticed that I'm looking at the front of the building and the door. It's the drawing, I guess. The door is incorrect compared to what you've put there. I just want to make sure that the plans you have, including the drawing facsimile colored, matches what exactly is on site. I have no complaint about the changes, but I just want to make sure that we have an accurate representation in the planning board files for what is built on site.
So I'll speak.
Go ahead.
Clay and Lou, I assume that the drawings we were looking at today are dated September 2020. So all the updates you just described are in these drawings right here. And these are the drawings that Jim is going to use when he goes into the field with somebody else to give you the final sign off. So I'm although I can't see the notes about the louvers and stuff, I'm assuming that, what you've said is what's been built and what's on these drawings. And when Jim goes to the field, assuming we approve everything, that there'll be no problems.
Yeah, exactly. It's noted on the drawings. The images are correct. There's a companion document that gets stapled to that you probably have with you. It says memorandum of the same date,
yeah,
with that walks you through it, sort of supplement as a narrative. But yes, you are correct.
Okay. And Hazel, does that answer your?
Yeah, except, Michael, Kristen, look at that first big picture that we have to that one. No, it was a colored picture you had on that picture. That one is incorrect. And so.
Lou, can you see that? Because I substituted the correct door in there on the front with a full glass door.
This is the original perspective artist rendering of the building, and it's dated November.
Basically the title sheet where it's a 3D view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we should just tear that off, because that's never going to be fixed, because that's like an artist's 3D rendering. That's not the elevation.
That's fine. What I don't want is someone looking at this, 10 years down the road and saying, well, why does this look like this and the building was built like this? So do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, what I'm saying is we need to delete that sheet, because really the representative images that we're talking about are the flat-on images, not the 3D perspective.
That's fine. So just somebody get rid of that 3D perspective.
Gotcha.
I would also like to say that on that sheet we're talking about, there's also a big sign in the front, which I don't think we had discussed at all with this board in terms of what kind of signage this building will have, right?
Yes.
So
that front rendering needs to be torn off, because it's totally it's architect
inaccurate.
Early conceptual rendering that has nothing. It just should not be there. I mean, I agree with you. You did not approve that. We have no intention of putting that in without an approval. You're absolutely correct on that.
So you'll come back to us for a sign, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments?
No.
All right. Does somebody want to make a motion?
God, I can't see the.
I guess I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion that we approve the modifications to the building at 85 East Main Street. Per the notes made on these drawings dated September 24th, 2020. And what are we gonna call these drawings? You guys have a name for these drawings? We'll just call modifications to 85 East Main Street. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7 sheets. We're going to delete the last final sheet, which is the perspective drawing. So we've got the first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 through 6, we'll call them, sheets 1 through 6, including the cover sheet, design review board.
Gotcha.
Every show there's this
I'm sorry, Lou, was that you?
No, sorry. I just had an incoming call I had to get rid of.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, no worries.
Apologize.
No worries. I made that motion. So the notes are included in these drawings on the areas of concern. So I guess I'll name them. The front louvers are put back in place. We're good with the change of the lintel headers on the front elevation of the building. We're good with the change of trim on the north and south elevations, including the new door for egress requirements. And we're good with the garage door substitution and the substitution on the rear circular vents of the building. I think that's it. Did I leave anything out?
Um,
Just need to take a roll call vote when you're,
Yeah. All right. Anybody want to second that motion?
Second,
Okay. All in favor? Hazel? Hazel, we lost you.
Why don't we reference the smoke letter dated September 9th, which spells out the revisions,
Great. Awesome. Good idea.
okay?
Yeah.
So then if you've left anything out specifically.
Good. And Kristen, you got that note?
yep,
Awesome. All right. Hazel, you're in favor?
Yes, to approve.
Yep. Cindy?
yes.
And yes for myself. Excellent, guys.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome, guys. Good
Thank
job.
you, everyone.
All right. You guys have a great day.
Bye. Thanks.
If you know anybody who wants to move into the building, let me know.
Will do.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
All right. Have a good day. All right. Next up is 1 Gleason Street, Village Commons. We're going to discuss and approve discussion and approvals concerning the summer house, commercial building, and landscaping plans, and along with types A, B, and C residential units. Farouk, you are up. So I don't know what we want to talk about first. There are items, are there items on the commercial building or we're good?
Kristen, just a point of information. I never saw the revision in the A buildings. We're going to put in a Dropbox.
yep. I put it in the Dropbox. I also have it to share today during the
Okay.
meeting.
Did
So
you
we can go
check
through that.
through and make sure the changes that were made that Jim requested?
Yep, everything is updated.
Thank you very much. Sorry, Michael, I just wanted to clarify that quickly.
No worries, no worries. It appears to me, or I think the commercial building might be a faster discussion. Do we want to start with the commercial building?
Sure.
And so again, forgive me on what we approved or did not approve last time. I'm looking for I'm looking at the minutes from August 31st.
So where we left off, we had approved the residential units, provided that when Jim did his on-site visit, it matched whatever the plans were that were provided.
Okay.
So that's already approved, but we're just following up on those plans. And then we did not make part of the motion approving the commercial building plans, the summer house, or the landscaping package. But as far as we can tell, all of the items that you had requested he update on these plans have been completed. So like one of the things was making sure in the call outs they designate the manufacturer and the color and those kinds of features. As from what we can tell, everything is updated on these plans. I can blow them up if there's a specific area that you want to look at today. Just let me know.
Kristen, could you zoom in on the front elevation on the particular, the front elevation, the top of this page? I think, again, just a little more so we can read the text. One more time, okay? All right, so again, so what we've got is we've got better call outs on the materials being used. The siding, the hardy board is called out. The AZAC 4-inch trim belt, corner boards, AZAC, the hardy board. And then we've got the stone is somewhere in there. Fixed window. Metal roof is called out. Windows have ID numbers on them. And Kristen, could you scroll to the right, please? A little more, please. Here you go. Okay, so we have the AZAC board. We have a gooseneck lights called out. We got the signage to be determined. And we've got this umbrella black called out, AZAC trim boards. And we've got the stone called out there. And I see call outs on the doors and the flanking windows. All right, so this looks, and this is pretty consistent all the way through, I imagine. And we've got the call outs on the lights on the side, very good. Okay. Flashing, good. Got the roof called out, okay. Is the color of the light fixtures called out on that preceding elevation or?
Yes.
Yeah, black, good. And we have the 2-inch bluestone cap above the door, above the stone, I see, that's good. Okay, and we have cut sheets on all of our lights and windows?
Yeah, I have a whole package full of all the specs for all the lights and the doors and the windows, everything.
Okay. All right, and there was a question on the minutes from August 31st about the plan, the building plan. Showing up with the turret on the commercial building, and so there should be somewhere a plan view. I'm not sure if this was on the landscaping plan or in the architectural plans.
So there's.
Yeah, I think that was something Cindy had called out, and it was like the overhead view on the landscaping plan sheet.
Correct.
Okay.
So it hadn't been updated because they were focusing on the landscaping, not on the building on that particular plan.
Okay.
It wasn't on this one.
Okay.
It was on this.
Okay. And that's not part of these architectural drawings in this package we're going to approve,
Correct.
hopefully. And can you go to the plan view of this package, please?
What page would that be? This is all the renderings.
There it is. Can you zoom out?
Hold on just a second.
No worries. Yeah, that's the foundation, so it should be one more up or one more down.
Okay.
Okay, there it is.
Is this it?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. Farouk, do you want to add anything before we open up for the discussion? We can't hear you, Farouk.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
We can.
Yes. Yes, I made sure that all the comments that we were supposed to put on the plans have been taken care of, working back and forth with Kristen. And I think this plan is 100% complete to what you have requested. So.
Okay. Cindy, do you have comments?
No, it looks like everything we discussed as far as I can see, I believe.
Okay. Hazel, how about you?
Yeah, those architectural drawings that we have, do those conform to these? Those 3D drawings?
I believe they're part of the
Yes.
same drawing and the same file, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, just because this is where we've had problems where you had, one picture of it and then the plans didn't conform to the picture.
Yep, so Kristen, can you just scroll down to one of those 3D color drawings? Yep, so I think the color delineation seems right. The black on the windows, the stone location, there's a cap there on the stone. The light fixtures are black as noted in the drawings. And did you call out black, is that black standing seam metal roof on the tower there, Farouk?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so again, we're approving the building in this review, and obviously the signage is not included in that.
Yep. That's correct.
All right, anybody want to make a motion or other comments?
I move that we accept, that we approve the plans presented for the commercial space located at 1 Dania Drive, Westborough. Date of revision, I can't see the date. Kristen, what is the date on these plans?
Does that say 6? No.
9/9.
9/09/20. All right, made up of how many sheets? We've got sheets,
Looks like 6 before we get to these, so 10.
okay. Made up of approximately 10 sheets. I guess that's it.
All right, so Farouk, before we vote on this, you're gonna, I assume we're about to give you approval on this. And at some point, Jim or someone from the design review is gonna show up and it's gotta look like this, right?
Yes.
Excellent, good. All right, I second the motion. We'll take a roll. Cindy, are you in favor?
Yes.
Hazel?
Yes to approve.
Yep, yes to improve for myself.
Thank you.
All right, good job. All right, so what do we want to talk about? The summer house next?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And I think we had questions on call-outs to make sure that the drawings were complete. And so we have window spec sheets included with this package, Kristen?
That I don't know off the top of my head.
Brooke, do you have window specs?
Yes, yes, I submitted that with them. It's the same windows, United, so.
Okay, it's got to be 2 separate buildings, 2 separate approvals.
Yes,
So,
no, but I submitted this separately.
okay, so there's a window spec specifically for the summer house.
Right,
Okay, and they're united, the same, they're united windows.
correct.
Okay. So I'm looking at this proposed, and I know we asked about the color of the stucco.
Yeah,
And do we have colors on the galvanized metal roof panels?
CEA department. It's
Yes.
All right, and where would I find those?
It's right under the, on the right side of the arrow, it says 24 in Galvanized
Okay,
metal panels.
Yeah, but it doesn't give a color.
That's the color. Galvanized is the color.
okay. And I assume that's like a galvanized light gray, mottled
Correct.
gray?
That's correct.
Okay.
I don't see any numbers on the windows.
Numbers?
To correspond to a window schedule or a window cut sheet. And we were going to talk about the siding and the color of the siding.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay, whereabouts? Where would we find this?
Okay, the color, I'm just looking at it just like you are.
Siding.
The color of the roof is shown right on the top,
Yeah.
and the siding is on the bottom left. Siding, it says certainty. The color is herringbone,
See, my point was I entered the
straight edge.
right to yesterday because the meeting was.
You see that?
I do. What does that refer to?
That's the siding of the whole building.
Cedar and pressure. That's on the garage, but what about the stucco color?
The stucco color is also given. I supplied the color palette with it. It was attached to this drawing. Is this the one that you got the last one, Kristen?
Yep.
Yeah.
If you want
No,
me
I
to
think-
pull up, I have the color palette file. I can go.
Right.
Yeah, but it
it's there.
should be
I
on
didn't
the
submit that.
plans.
Yeah, it's got to be on the plans though. Again,
It's shown as platinum.
all right. Well,
Where?
let's look at the color chart, please, Kristen. Thank you.
How many people want to do projects in their house, but we might have 20 one year and 7 the next year, 50 the next year. It all depends.
Yeah.
All right. So what are we looking at?
It's the platinum. Yep.
Okay. So all of the stucco is going to be this platinum,
Correct.
and the timbering, the half timbering there, the detail is what color is that?
It's white.
Is that AZAC?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Are you
It's
gonna
all
paint
specked
it?
out.
Okay. All right. And what
It
about the
says right
window?
there, 1x6 AZAC.
And what about the window trim color?
Window is all AZAC.
White.
Yeah.
But it's not on the plans.
No, this window here, it comes with the vinyl trim. We don't trim on the outside of the window, so there's no extra window trim on the outside of it. But
All
But
right.
I'm looking at the windows, which are not designated, and also the colors. And
it's there. I have supplied that with.
on the plans.
Right. That's what I'm saying on the plan.
All right, we'll
Can you
find
go
it.
up and down a little bit? It just says United Windows. I've given a cut sheet with it too. So
Yeah, but it has to have a number on it,
on
on the windows, like you do in the residential buildings.
yeah.
All windows have been numbered.
Oh, yeah. That's a designation that they put it on the window schedule. I don't think this guy put the numbers on the actual windows.
So
This is a
let's-
different architect. This particular architect didn't do that.
Okay.
But
So-
in the window schedule and the cut sheet, the window design and everything is there. I cannot. I mean, I have it in my email, but
So two issues here. One is we need those colors on every plan to give you approval. But before we talk about that, let's talk about the color scheme and the textures. So you can make those changes before we approve this drawing. So we've got that platinum stucco
yes,
with the white timbering, and then we have that galvanized metal roof.
right.
And that brick is a red brick, I assume, on the chimney.
Yes, it is.
All right. And the window trim is going to be white.
Yeah,
What color is the existing garage siding? What is that color?
it's. Let me see. Can you go herringbone? I think it is.
And is that gray? What is that?
Yeah, it is great. It's the
It's
same. We already have built a garage The first 4 garages that we built are the same color. We're not changing anything. I mean, this was already approved, you know, so we're
Understand.
following that. It's right here, siding on the left-hand side bottom.
Yeah.
It says cedar impressions, and straight edge colors is herringbone.
So this is that part is vinyl. Are you doing stucco panels, or is it a complete custom stucco finish on
It
this?
will be stucco finished on the job.
Okay. All right. So I guess maybe just at this moment react to the color scheme and the changes.
Mike, excuse me, did you just say that's vinyl siding?
Well, that's what this call out says, that the garage says Certainteed, which is a vinyl siding manufacturer, as is Cedar Impressions.
That's the same throughout the project, you know, so.
Well, we have hardy board on the residential unit.
Right, on the lap siding, it is that. But for Cedar Impressions, they are that, so.
And this garage is already there, is that correct?
Yes, one of the garages is there. This is the second one.
Yeah, okay.
We got 2 more of these.
All right. So is that, I guess the question is that what we approved originally on the garages? That's.
Yep, it is. We have the approval. We came in front of you and got the approval for that.
Okay.
There was definitely discussion about vinyl versus hardy plank, though. I thought it was in this context.
Yeah,
I remember
on the
that
lap siding. I wanted the lap siding be vinyl instead of hardy plank, but obviously the board did not go along with that, so I stayed with the hardy plank.
But on this particular structure, you got approval on vinyl siding, is what you're saying, Farouk?
That is correct.
I don't
Okay,
remember that.
so let's get into the discussion about the finishes on this building. And Farouk, is there a light at the front door?
Yes, there is.
Okay, and is that called out? Is there a cut sheet?
Yeah, I submitted that. It's the same. Yeah, I got that too. I think that the 3 or 4 items are submitted along with the plan. I don't know. They're not showing here now. Maybe Kristen didn't get it. Kristen didn't get it?
Yeah, but what you have to understand is all of this has to be on the plans,
I know.
and it's not.
I'm looking at my email right now that I had sent.
Michael, as far as the colors go, I am not enthusiastic about white on gray. It's going to look like, I don't know what it's going to look like, but
Okay.
I think that it needs to be more, I don't know, either a dark gray or even black. The thought of white on that, I think stylistically and architecturally is going to look, I don't think it's going to look well in comparison to the rest of the project.
Okay. Cindy, do you have comment about the stucco color?
The stucco color is platinum, lightish. It's a lightish gray, right?
Yeah. Kristen, can we go back to the, yeah, thank you.
Which one is platinum? Second row? Yeah.
Third row, second one down.
And that herringbone color, we had we don't have a sample of that anywhere.
It's on the building.
Right, but we're trying to consider this platinum color with that, in context.
Through the chairman, I just pulled up that email that has all the cut sheets on the window, the light, and everything right here.
Yes, but what I'm saying to you is that it has to be on the plans.
Yeah.
It's not on the plan.
It was part of the plan. I don't know where it
No,
went.
not on physically written on the plan.
You're going to have to, just like the commercial building, Farouk, you've got to go back, identify the light fixture, where it is, the color, and refer to a manufacturer and manufacturer's number. Same thing on the windows. We need the color. We need the manufacturer's name on the drawings. And then eventually you're going to have to put in the stucco color, the AZAC color, The roof color looks like it's there, and the brick color looks like it's there. But all that has to be right on every drawing, boom, 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 in addition to supplying the cut sheets.
Michael, I have a printed out of this summer house plans, and there is so it's A1 to A4, and on the fourth page, it has the door and the light
And the window.
and the window specs. So this plan I have pulled up here must be a different version.
Okay.
No, but Kristen, it needs to be on the drawings.
Yes, but I think Kristen's saying she has a hard copy of a drawing. with the
Right.
Callouts, but we don't have something we can look at now.
I just have to find, there's been so many versions of these files.
Agreed.
I have to find the one that corresponds with what I have printed out here. So just for this meeting, I must have pulled up a previous version of this file.
Yes, can I email it to you right now and you can show it?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. I'm doing it right now.
Michael, could I make a suggestion?
Yes.
I quite frankly would like to go out and look at those garages as far as the color goes before I make a decision
Okay.
on this, to give me some idea about how it's going to match with the rest of that whole area.
Okay.
And as I said, I know I'm opposed to a white Anzac on that stucco.
Again, I agree with you, Hazel. I think it would be awesome to see all the colors together. The galvanized roof,
Yeah.
the white trim, the stucco color, and then the existing siding color. We see them together. And Farouk, I know it's frustrating.
This is the latest one. See, it's all specced out on the plan. I think the one that she showed it to you was from previous ones. All the windows, everything is there
Okay.
on the plan.
Okay. So why don't
I
we
don't-
take it from the
I don't
top?
see the windows.
It's right here. Go down. Yeah, it's right. Okay, right here. Window, single hung. It says vinyl, double hung vinyl, white. It says right there. And then for the front door, on the right hand side, the lights are called
Yep.
out. The
All right,
full,
that's on the garage.
no, that's the summer house.
Well, it's pointing to the garage. But
Yeah, they're all the same.
all the same.
Yeah, they're all the same. There's no difference. So, and the exterior light, I've called out the model number, the make, black finish, and I think we just got, it got mixed up. The other one was a previous light. All
Well,
right. And then,
it still has to point to the windows on the summer house. The garage is a different building.
it's all one building, but I can have arrow say that throughout the same. That's all that I have to say there. If that's what you want, I can do that.
Right.
But I thought I submitted everything very complete. So
Okay, Chris. So let's talk.
see, there it is. All the
Okay, there's your
cut
light
sheets were
switch.
part of the plan too.
Okay, and there's your front door.
Yes.
Okay, and what's that on the right? Is that a window?
Yes.
There's
The
a
cut sheet for the window.
Okay, and that's United and the others.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I made sure everything thoroughly was 100% included in there.
Okay.
Colors, everything. So
Okay.
now, if she doesn't like the white color on the stucco, on AZAC, that's pretty easy to change whatever color you want when we get to it.
Yeah. Okay. So what we have here is the light fixture, the door,
Yes.
and the window spec.
Right. That's it.
You've supplied. You have a color. Currently, we have a color, platinum. We have a color of the trim.
Yeah.
Okay, Kristen.
Michael, I don't see the window.
It's on the right-hand side. It's upside down or on its side, Hazel. That's why it looks strange. So they scanned it all together: a light spec, the window, and I'm sorry, the light spec, the doors in the middle, and the window is on its side. It's all been scanned into one sheet. This is sheet A4. It looks like.
Yes, A4. It's numbered.
Okay, so let's if we can, Kristen, can you go to the first drawing? Okay, so let's zoom in on the that top elevation there, please. Good. All right, so in terms of information, we have a color identified on the roof. We have a color identified on the brick chimney. We have a stucco color identified here.
Yep.
We have the AZAC identified as white and all the
Yes.
sizes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, and Kristen, can you scroll down to the next elevation, please? Okay, so here we have a window spec. It is pointing to the garage. It would be beneficial to have that also pointing to the windows on the summer house and a note of some sort that all the windows are the same.
I can put that down.
Okay, we have
That's the only thing that's missing.
siding.
Michael, that window doesn't look like the window that was on the cut sheet. Is that because it doesn't have panes or anything? Does that make any difference?
It will make a difference, and we've got it. Is that specific on the? We want a 6/6 grid window grid here.
Right.
So
That's what I've ordered. All of them are 6/6. So.
okay, so that's got to be written someplace, either on this, single hung 6/6 vinyl window would be helpful on the identification.
Okay. I thought the picture would depict that, but okay.
Okay. And again, we've got the AZAC called out white. The stucco color isn't called out here. I guess that's.
Yeah, it is. It's if you go down to the front elevation. It's
Well, I know it's on. I'm saying on this specific elevation, but okay.
They're all the same. Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going. Kristen, I'm sorry. All right, there we are, and there's our light fixture,
Mm-hmm.
and there's the full light fiberglass door, and there's we need a color on that door, Farouk.
Yeah, full light.
What color is it going to be?
I think it's black finish. It says it black.
Okay, doesn't say here, so.
It shows in the picture. Yeah, black.
Okay, all right, and so those are the three elevations. It would be good on each elevation to indicate the stucco location and the stucco color. You have the location, but the stucco color on each elevation, Farouk. And then we need a door color, and then that notation over the grids of the window, 6/6. So again, I guess I'm confident that with a few more tweaks, we would have we would have information on these drawings that we would be able to approve a drawing with those notes, and once we agree upon a color scheme. Cindy, do you want to comment on colors or notes or anything?
No, but could I just ask Kristen to go down one more slide? Oop. The one that shows that's scanned with the light fixture and the window. Was this it? Yeah, okay. Oh, so this, I just wanted to see what he put down for the windows on this one.
Yeah.
That's not the 6/6, obviously.
Well, it's hard to see.
It's a cut sheet of a window. They don't put the grills in the cut sheet. If you look at them, they just give you the glass. But we have to ask for 6/6, which we did. It shows on the print. This is directly from United, so.
Yeah, it's hard to read that. I don't know if it indicates the grids on that cut sheet or not. Thank you, Cindy. Kristen.
They just show the glass, Mike. They don't show the grids because they come in 9 grids, 6 grids, 5. So we have to order one. And I have put down 6/6. So.
But you need to tell us, your intention on the grids here.
6/6.
Does it say it?
Yeah. But no, it shows in the picture.
I know it shows it, but you need to call it out, Farouk.
I can put that down on the front sheet.
On the front elevations would be fine.
That's fine.
Okay. And then again, a color on the door. The other thing too is the size of that. Cindy, I'm sorry, I hijacked your question.
Oh no, that's okay. Yeah, I just wanted to take a look at that. And in terms of the color scheme, I'm not sure. Might be might be fine. I'm not sure how I feel about the white trim for timbering, but maybe we can take a look at that.
So, yeah, so I'm sorry, Hazel, why don't you go?
I'm sorry. The door spec, do we need to designate the windows in it? I mean, he's got a picture that shows a door that has all sorts of, panels in it.
Yep.
And the door spec does not show that kind of a door, and there's no representation as to what, kind of how many panels it has. Yeah, that door is not like the door which is on the drawing.
But this is just the cut sheet of that door. They come in very.
But it's supposed to look like what you're presenting.
Yeah. So Farouk, you need to call out on the elevation whether it's a 15 light or a 12 light. And again, it would be really beneficial if that's what your intention is, a 12 or 15 light, whatever it is, that it's
Yeah.
it's
If you go to the front elevation, I think I've shown that. But
all right.
yeah, I mean, it's very clearly shown that right here. If you can expand on that a little bit. It says, there it is. Yeah, it says full light, fiberglass, doorway fair. So,
Okay.
it's
So
exterior light, typical seagull. I mean, it's that's for the light picture. Sorry. And,
so
yeah.
if you can write in on that, write in, it looks like a 15 light fiberglass.
It is.
Just write in 15, please. And of course, a color. All right. So, and then do we have I'm sorry, Hazel, you good after that?
I'm done. I'm done.
All right. And is there a size of the light fixture on that spec sheet? Sorry, Kristen.
Yeah, there is a model number given, yes.
And how big is it?
It's, if you go to the cut sheet, it tells you.
Yeah, I don't see a size on this. So we need a dimension on that, Farouk, and it would be helpful if it were somewhat close in scale on the elevation drawing. It very well may be, but if you could verify that, that would be helpful.
Okay.
All right. So I think we're close on the physical aspects of this project, but we certainly need to get more information on this drawing. And I know we're anxious about the color of the stucco. So
This is platinum. It's right here.
I understand. Yeah, but I guess what we're saying is we're not all convinced that we like it. So, Farouk, is it possible that on site there in the next few days that you could get a sample of the platinum stucco, a color chart, and we could put it next to the door and a piece of AZAC? And it'd be really nice to see, again, if you could get a sample of that roof color. Because we've got two buildings coming together, again, it all needs to work. And if it doesn't work, it's going to be apparent from the get-go. And we've spent so much time. This is a beautiful development here. I think we'd really like to see those color schemes. And in the spirit of getting you moving, the sooner you can get it in front of us, the sooner we can convene. You can make the changes to these drawings, and then we can approve this.
Yeah. Is there any way through the chairman that you can conditionally approve this? I really got to move on these, and I've lost 4 months.
No, we cannot. Like I said, if you get those samples there, I know I will get over there and see it. I'm sure.
What samples are you requiring now?
The stucco.
Yeah.
We want to see the AZAC. We want to see all the samples together. We would like to see the siding, the existing siding of the garage next to the proposed stucco color next, and then the two roof colors would be helpful too.
Two roof colors or one?
Well, the garage asphalt is already there.
It's already there. You can look at the garage, it's all there. The windows are there, the garage siding is there, the garage roofing is there. So it's already all built up.
Yep, but we can't see it. Unfortunately, because of the times we're living in, we just, if we were in a conference hall right now, you could put them right on the table in front of us, but we obviously can't do that.
Okay, so all I have to do is bring you a color of the stucco, because the rest is all there.
Well, again, what we'd like to do is, again, if we can, what I think would be easy, same as last time, if you can get them on site, we can all make a trip over there, take a look at it, and give you our feedback, and maybe it's okay. But
All
that's, I think, what we'd like to see.
I'll do that immediately, because I got to get moving on this, So.
I understand. So before we close out this part of the hearing, Kristen, one last time, can you bring up that stucco color chart? So these are all the available colors, Farouk?
Yes.
Okay, are there any others?
No.
Okay,
Actually, platinum was approved by the design review board in the first go around. That's why we stayed with the platinum.
on the summer house?
Yeah, this was all approved once already. So,
Okay, all right.
in the initial go around. Now this is the second approval.
So, and was the roof approved as well?
Everything was approved. The whole kit and caboodle. So
With the colors?
with the colors, yes. And that's why, but now we have changed a couple of things because you added more lights and you changed some windows and what have you as a result of your re-review. So
Farouk, I think he's talking here, Michael, I think he's talking about the original plan done in 2015.
correct. That's what I'm talking about.
You see, not our approvals now.
Okay, all right, so Farouk is proposing the platinum color for the stucco. Cindy or Hazel, does any other color on this chart pique your interest that perhaps Farouk could provide samples of those in case we don't like the platinum?
It
I'm
would be
assuming that
really nice.
herringbone.
I was just going to say, it would be really nice if I could visualize what the herringbone looks like in relation to these other choices. And we could tell that if we went to visit, but
So I guess if we can, again, get on site, we'll have if Farouk can come through with the materials, we would see them all together. And
Just tell me
again,
what you need. So
well, that's what we're discussing now. It'd be nice to have a bigger sample of this platinum color if you can get one. And I was going to suggest that we pick one or two other colors that we think at this moment in time might look good with everything. Again, it's, as to Cindy's point, it's hard to make that decision without the herringbone. But, we could, the bottom, the taupe at the bottom, again, I'm assuming the herringbone is a warmer gray. I don't know that.
it is.
Yeah, but perhaps in addition to the platinum sample, if you could get a taupe sample. And
Okay.
Cindy or Hazel, is there another color there that might?
Well, I'm thinking maybe maybe an amber. I mean, I don't know. As I said, if I knew what the herringbone was, I'd have a better idea.
Yeah.
On that. I mean, my feeling is I want something that complements the herringbone, but at the same time allows the summer house to stand by itself.
Yeah. Cindy, anything jumping out at you?
well, maybe I feel the same way about, I'm not sure I'm visualizing herringbone correctly, but maybe the one, whatever it is, the bottom row in the middle.
Yeah, that's taupe. Yeah.
Is that the taupe? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess forgetting the garage for the second, that galvanized metal roof, I think that's pretty close to the platinum color. And,
Yes.
and I think we might want some contrast. So again, Farouk, I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking, the contrast might be better. So, if you can get a sample of the taupe along with the platinum. And you said the amber frost, Hazel, is that?
I was looking, yeah, something, yeah, it's gonna so much depend on what color
The herringbone is.
the herringbone is and the roof color. I mean, the thing is, we're really sitting here blind because we can't see the stuff. So,
Okay. All right, so Farouk, can you do that for us? And again, the quicker you do that, the quicker we'll get over there.
Mike,
Yes.
you want the platinum and you want the taupe, right?
And I think we want the amber frost.
Okay, all I could do is I'm gonna have to get this chart in real. I don't think they have actual stucco samples. They only come in the chart or they come in the color. Then what
Okay,
they do is they take
do
the
the best.
plaster and they mix it with it.
Yep, do the best you can. And color chart, if that's what we got, that's what we got. And
Right.
if you could also get a sample of the both shingles, that way we can put all four together and come up with a quick decision for you. How's that?
Okay. Did you say shingles?
Well, the roof shingle.
Yeah, the roof shingles are right there. They're right on the roof. So.
Yeah, but if you had a loose one that we didn't have to,
Okay.
so I don't have to get on the roof.
Well, no. You don't need to get. You can see it from the bottom.
Good. And again, the sooner you do it, the sooner we get there.
Okay, let me just write this down. You want platinum, and you want taupe,
Yep,
and you want amber. You said
the amber frost.
amber frost. Where is that here now?
It's right
Amber
smack in the middle.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll try to get the larger chart, or the same chart, but looking at it in person would make a big difference. So.
Absolutely. It would be
Right.
here.
Now, how about the color of this, the AZAC? That is something that you can pick anything you want.
I'm assuming that matches the color of the existing trim on the garages. So,
Which is white.
yeah, which will match the window trim.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't see any issue with that. Cindy or Hazel, you good with that?
that's just on the windows we're talking about, not the crossbar.
Yeah, so the Muntins, the grids, the window trim, and the AZAC will all be the same color, the white.
That's fine.
Even the crossbars. Okay.
Yep. All the timbering effect, the faux timbering effect. Yeah.
All shown as white.
Now, wait, the vote, I mean, this is what I object to is the white here.
On the timbers.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I think that's going to look, I think that's going to be completely out of character.
Okay.
I mean, if you're doing something like that, I think you're better off with taking the color of the stucco and making this a darker on the same tone.
So you're saying that,
Michael?
the contrast, you're looking for contrast, that you want
I'm
the
looking
timbers.
for contrast, but I'm not looking for white. I'm looking for a contrast that sort of matches the rest of the face of those buildings, which is,
Yeah.
So if you took the taupe, then, you do a darker taupe.
Okay. So, yeah, so we're going to live with the herringbone, whatever that color is, that's already there. Is that
Right.
Right.
That's correct. And we're assuming that's a warm gray.
It is.
So at this moment, we've got that aluminum roof looking, and we've got white, and then we're looking for the stucco. But we don't, as you said, Hazel, we don't have to paint the AZAC white.
Right.
Typically, this is a, half timbering is I guess the architectural term. So all of those crossbars, all the timbers would be, real wood. And then, again, in a lot of cases, the stucco is white or a lighter color.
Mm-hmm.
So again, theoretically speaking, we could reverse this, and you could do a dark taupe on the AZAC and do a lighter cream or white on the stucco.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
So you will specify the color when we meet in the on site?
Well, so again, we're right now we're questioning whether white is we should reverse it and paint the AZAC the color a darker color like a amber or taupe, and then look at a whitish or lighter stucco color.
That's fine.
Is there someone working with you on this building? You have an architect on this, or?
Yeah, there is, but he doesn't get involved in the colors or anything like that. I'll be more than happy to do whatever your color wants. I mean, there are hundreds of colors. You can choose and just let me know, and we'll paint that.
Sure.
I mean, I just want to simplify this and move on, so.
I understand.
Would you like to, can I present you with an option though?
Yeah.
Let me finish this, and you guys, when it's all done, we'll have it AZAC with white because it only comes in white, and then come and tell me the color that you want on it, and I'll paint that.
Okay. So do you have someone that could add some color
to AZAC? Yes.
To these elevations?
No. I would have to be the one to do it. I mean, otherwise it's going to become a runaway thing, I'll do it. Whatever color you want. I mean, I'll have the samples for you when you come to visit. And then if you want to decide to go with any other color for that beams, just let me know.
So, Hazel, what could, again, if we have all the materials, the colors on site, again, maybe we can interpolate how it would look with the beams, the timbers being a color versus white, and reversing the current plan, right? So we have darker timbers and lighter stucco.
I think that's a possibility.
Okay. Okay, so why don't we get the materials on site, and we'll be able to see the stucco colors in comparison to the existing garage, and then come up with a game plan on color.
Okay, I'll call Kristen to let her know as soon as I can get it assembled together so you guys can come and look at it. In the meantime, can I request the board to at least allow the building permit to be given for the foundation? I mean,
it's getting us into trouble time and time again, Farouk. Just get us the colors, let's make some decisions and get you approval on the full project.
Right. Okay.
Piecemeal is a problem.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, I'll do that ASAP.
Good, excellent. All right, next. We've got the
Landscape?
landscape. Okay.
Yeah. I submitted to Jem and, go ahead. No, not that. I think it's separate plans, A, B, and C.
Okay, is this the landscaping on the commercial, the residential?
No, there was just one of the sheets from the whole set. I think I submitted separate plans for A, B, and C that Jim said he's fine with it, and we started planting, but obviously we need your okay on it. So.
You will note that Jim looked at these, and I had also seen them, that the plantings that have been done are dying already because they haven't been taken care of.
We take care of it every day, Hazel. Every day get watered. Look at it. That's all watered. I sent an email to Jim to prove that. I mean, I spent a lot of money on those plants. I'm not going to let them die, so.
All right, just saying. I have pictures from Jim that show they're not being taken care of. So anyway, I just wanted to point out to the board, this is something we've got to make sure gets done.
That's A, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So
that's B. And that's C.
And how have these changed from the last?
Well, this was done in consultation with Jim. He came, he reviewed it, he walked through with our, with what was there, and I had my landscape architect redo them, and he was satisfied, and he wrote me an email that, yeah, just go ahead, but, and plant it this month. This is the best time to be planting, and we have a whole bunch of plants in already. So,
Yeah, I have Jim's email to you,
Right.
September 24th, last Thursday, I think.
right.
And he makes a note here, the landscape plans are revised, as revised, are acceptable.
Correct.
And he's, you got to obviously make sure we follow these plans, you know, for when he comes to inspect the site for approval. And that, to Hazel's point, he's noted that the plants are stressed from, obviously has been a pretty dry summer. And mulching, watered.
Yeah, it's all done, mulching and what have you, so.
Okay, anybody have any comments on the landscaping for the residential units A, B, and C?
My only comment, which is to follow up on our email that we received from Jim, was that the landscaping must be completed prior to the unit occupancy.
I can't do that in the wintertime.
Well, then put everything in the fall.
No, but the house is going to get occupied in February and March, and I cannot do the landscaping then, you know? So all the other houses that I built here, they allow me to do the landscaping when the time is right. So I cannot complete that. I cannot plant grass in January.
Well, as long as we have, do we have a bond on this?
Big bond, huge bond.
So, yeah, I don't know the enforcement or any agreements of bonds or anything else.
I have a huge bond to cover everything, Mike. It is more than sufficient. Actually, I never even asked for any reduction so far.
Yeah.
So it's got about $700,000-$800,000 worth of bond. So.
Yeah. So, how many units are we building in total, and where
15.
are you in construction?
15 total, 15.
And how many are completed, and how many are close to completion?
6 of them are complete. One of them, the affordable, is being complete, and then I'm going to get the remainder of them going in the wintertime.
And how many of those do you have certificate of occupancy on?
3 of them.
3, and how many will happen in the next month?
3 more.
3 more?
But those are all landscape, though.
They are landscape, those 6?
Yes.
All 6? Okay.
All 5, 6 what they're working on, 5 of them are. So it's raining today, so they didn't work.
Okay. All right, so so I guess we're good with the plans. And Hazel, I don't know any mechanism that again, if in the next month, I'm sure we can get things in the ground and get them taking root and hopefully get these existing plantings to recover. So I don't know how to word the approval to make sure we get 100% compliance. I'm sure there is some mechanism for the entire sign off of this project, but
The eventual sign off will be based on when everything is all complete, all the outside landscaping on other parts of the project, and Jim is going to have to come review it and then sign off. So, and we have a large bond to cover that.
how do you feel, Hazel?
I am, I mean, if he says he's got 3 more that are proposed to be occupied the next week or next month, I'm more inclined to do the approvals individually, piecemeal, because I find that otherwise things don't get done.
Okay.
I have done everything there, Hazel. I mean, if you go look at it right now, they're done.
Yeah, I've been out there about 25 times. I mean, as I said, I'm tired of this. And it just, every time you come, there seem to be things that are not quite complete. So I would be more inclined to approve. You say you've got a certain number of units you're looking for approval on, I assume, so that you can get your certificate of occupancy. I'm willing to do whatever, those that are coming up. You said you're not going to be working on the rest until the winter anyway.
No. I'll be building right through. I'm building right now. So they get completed as they go. All I'm saying is nobody expects landscaping completed for the units that close in the wintertime. I cannot shut down the project for 6 months because the grass is not there,
I understand that. I'm not raising them.
I mean, you'll see though, Hazel. I mean, go look at it. They're complete, believe me. I cannot do. See, these are units so close to each other. Unless both the units are done, we cannot do the landscaping in the middle. So now we got these units done, and we finish the landscaping. As we go, we'll do the same exact thing. I don't think you need to worry about the landscaping at all. So, I mean, the customers won't accept the house unless I finish them. So. And I have a bond to cover it.
Cindy, do you have any questions, concerns?
No, not at this time.
So Hazel, we could probably add in something about landscaping must be installed and maintained in a timely manner in response to weather conditions and timing. I don't know how to make a hard and fast.
Right. No, I can understand that, Michael. I agree with you.
The building department controls that, the landscaping part. They will not allow anything unless that is weather pending.
Building department, no, the building department generally doesn't deal with landscaping, but anyway, all right, I will go ahead and approve based on the fact that landscaping is installed prior to our final sign off on the project. Because I do know that there are significant trees that were removed that he's supposed to put back in. So there are a lot of pieces of the landscaping that needs to be.
Exactly. I agree with you.
Okay. All right. So why don't I make a motion that we approve these 3 landscaping plans? And Kristen, I'm sorry, I can't see the sheet numbers and the names of these for units A, B, and C. And I think there's sheets 9, 10, and 11. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's 9. That's 11, and that's 13. 9, 11, and 13.
9, 11, and 13, as proposed in these drawings, and the date is August 14th, 2020.
September.
I don't see a revision date.
Up top.
Up top? Up there it is. Sorry, Kristen, I can't see it with the Brady Bunch in the way.
Yeah, it's a 9/14.
Okay. And all landscaping work is to be completed in a timely manner, as close to prior to certificate of occupancy with regard to climate and weather conditions or seasonal.
Michael,
yeah.
it says 9/14/18.
Yeah, that's a typo. It should be 20. He just gave it to me the other day.
Yeah.
I'll get that corrected.
Okay. Can you resubmit it with today's date?
Yes.
Okay, so new plans to be dated September 30th, 2020,
Right. I'll have it out to her today.
to replace these plans dated, I think the latest date on that was August 14th or something this year. Is that, I can't see. Again, that all landscaping to be completed in a timely manner, subject to weather and seasonal conditions.
Second.
Second. Cindy, you approve?
Yes.
Hazel approves?
Yes.
I approve.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll send in those sheets to Kristen today with a new date.
Great. All right, so
And I'll call you and I'll let you know as soon as I have the samples so you can get that out of the way too.
good, okay. So units A, B, and C.
May I just ask another question in regard to landscaping? So we've just approved the landscaping that's right around the particular residential units A, B, and C.
Right.
But he has submitted sheets that show it in the whole development along the perimeter and so forth. Are we going to discuss that also, or handle it separately, I gather?
That would be separate. So I think, buildings such as the commercial building, the summer house landscaping, all of that is under another approval process.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Kristen, if you could, I think you have a list of the samples that we've requested. Could you just confirm that by email?
Sure.
To Farouk and maybe send us a copy.
Yeah, thank you.
Michael, if there's anything that was left out, you can see from that.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
One thing just to note, I don't know if you want to do it this way, but we got a master landscaping plan. It was a file that was 15 sheets, and it included all of the landscaping. In addition, it broke out these individual, type A landscaping, type B, type C. So there is, and it had all the different specs for the different materials and the different plants and things. Technically, we could approve that entire 15 sheet master landscaping plan if you want to do it that way.
I don't.
Okay.
Cindy?
I certainly don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we just need to make a note then to go back and approve the remainder of those sheets in that master plan.
So Farouk, I assume you're gonna, at some point, give us a final landscaping plan on the commercial building and the summer house.
Yeah, yes, I would, but I would pretty much stay with what was previously approved and have your reapproval if that's what you want. So.
All right, well, however you want to approach it, we do want to see those revised landscaping plans.
Okay.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. All right, so I know Jim was out looking at residential units A, B, and C.
Yep.
He made some observations in the field, and
Yep.
they're also reflected in his email to
Me.
you, Farouk, and
Yes,
he
I
does.
took care of it.
Okay. So these plans that Kristen has on the screen are the updated plans, and what's the date on these drawings?
(9/19).
2019. So when were these updated, Farouk?
After Jim went out to the site and he called me, that was like about maybe a week, 10 days ago.
Yeah.
And he called me and he gave me the details of what needed to be done. So I did that. And then he emailed it to me about a couple more things that he wanted to, on the plan. So I got that done too.
Okay. So again, his email is dated the 24th.
Right. These plans where he may not have changed the revision date on it, but those were updated after his last email.
Okay. So if I look on Jim's notes on unit type A,
Yeah.
it says revised 9/19. Okay. So the right side elevation, second floor windows, 2 appear to be fixed. The plan shows them as double hung.
They're fixed.
Okay. So this, if we were on site right now, this is what it looks like in the field.
Right. That is correct.
Okay. So those are 2 fixed windows, and they're 8 light windows, and that's what it looks like.
That's correct.
All right. And then, Kristen, the left side elevation, second floor windows, 2/2. Is that what it looks like? Those upper
That
number
doesn't
5?
look like that.
Yeah. The six
4 over
The
4.
6 lights, total 8 lights, 4 over 4.
Is that what it looks like?
If you read his email, that's what.
Hazel, forgive me. I know you've been on site a few times. Does this look familiar to you?
I didn't look at that, but there are no other windows that I saw in the entire project that looked like that. So I'm a little confused about those windows. Michael, I'm going to have to leave. I have to be somewhere
Okay.
by 10:30. The thing that I am concerned about, and I'll just raise to make sure, are the windows for the going into the basements or whatever it is. Those are larger than what is shown on the plan. I think he's changed the numbers to reflect what they're supposed to be. Maybe if we go and look, but they were incorrect originally on the plan because they were a different size.
That is correct. I fixed that.
So the drawing doesn't reflect the size, actually.
No, this particular plan reflects the size of the windows that are used in the field.
Okay, well, let's look.
Look at the schedule and you'll see it.
Yeah. So in light of Hazel having to go, Hazel, are you in any, could we approve Unit C? It doesn't seem to be any comments on Unit C from Jim's notes in the field.
Yeah, no, Unit C is fine. And I checked B. B looks all right. I did not see A. So I looked at B and the changes were made on the plans according to the letter we got from Jim, or the list of changes that Jim had sent to Farouk. The B and C were correct. A was the only one that I did not have a chance to look at, and it never came through on my Dropbox yesterday. So whether the changes were made pursuant to the comments by Jim, I am willing to approve those based on the fact that the plans reflect that any changes requested by Jim from his field visit.
Okay. So do you have time to for us to make a motion and for us to approve B and C? Hazel? You have time? Okay. I make a move that we approve Unit B, and I think the date of the drawing is September 19th, 2020. I can't see the drawing number, Kristen. I apologize.
I think we could do all three, couldn't we? A, B, and C.
But do we want to approve A?
I would approve it as long as it conforms to, and the changes were made that were conformed to what Jim asked, to be changed.
Yeah.
I did do that, yes.
Okay. And I'm willing to do that. The only thing I'll say is those windows, those 4 over 4 windows, number 5 on that left elevation, just don't look right to me. Again, I haven't been there, but if we approve this, Farouk, they got to look like that. So when Jim shows up, they all have to look just like that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I will make a motion that we approve residential units A, B, and C, drawing numbers A3, A4, A5. Kristen, no? What we got?
Can you hear me? Am I still on?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay. So there's 3 separate files.
Okay.
So the ones we're looking at right now are just A.
Yeah.
And those are sheets A1 to A5.
Okay.
And then B is the same thing, A1 to A5, same dates. But unit type B is in the title.
Kristen, did you compare the comments made for Jim on A and whether those changes were made?
Yes, it was the two windows that we just highlighted. They were double hung on the original plans. He changed them to say fixed.
And what about the size, the panes?
Yep, and that's what Jim's note said, that 4x4 were installed on site. And the original plans we had showed 2/2.
Okay,
So those changes were both made according to his notes.
okay.
Okay.
So we have, just two different sets of plans, same dates. The only difference is up at the top, it says
Perfect, I'll let him know.
this title right here, unit type A or type B for the title.
Oh, good, okay.
So again, I'll make a motion that we approve the sets, type A, sheets A1 through A5. And the name of the drawings are, Kristen, I'm
Yep.
sorry.
That's right. A1 to A5.
Yeah.
And then the date is,
The 19th.
yeah.
Okay.
9/19.
Okay.
Do you have to say the revision dates as well?
I don't believe so. The latest revision date is what we're looking for.
Okay.
And then same with unit B, sheets A1 through A5, refer to the appropriate numbers. And then same for unit C, assuming the same numbers are A1 through A5.
Yep.
Okay. So all upon inspection, all of these buildings, right, Farouk, are going to match these drawings?
Yes.
Actually, one note, it looks like on these type C plans, the date, since they haven't made any changes to those recently,
Mhm.
the date on this one is August 4th.
Right.
August 4th.
Did
Okay.
he put did he put the railing in? Because if he did, that was after that date. So there should have been a revision date. I'm sorry, the revision date, is that C we're looking at?
Yes.
Okay, would you go to the side, the other side, or if you can bring it up, because when I reviewed the plans originally, they were not correct as far as, I need the other side of the building.
There it is. Yeah.
There, I need it must be the right elevation there.
Well, you see it in the front also. There it is. Yep, it's in both.
That is missing the railing.
So it's on the column side, Hazel.
No, there are two railings there.
Are
There's
there?
one on the column side and there's one on the house side. There are two separate railings on that house.
If you go down a little bit, there is a separate rating. If you go down,
Yeah. But Farouk, in this elevation, at the corner board, we should see the other railing.
yeah. I'm not sure if this is the most recent one. It's there. Okay, can it go down a little bit? And I think,
Is it in the plan view?
yeah, I think so. I mean, I know that we had discussed it many, many times.
Well, one thing we didn't discuss, that was a discrepancy. I don't think the board never said that you had to install
Right.
railings on both sides of those steps coming down. It was only supposed to be on the right side. But when Hazel went out on site, she noticed it was on both sides. So that is a change on site that isn't reflected in this plan.
And
It's not required by building to have railings on both sides. So that's not something they're really looking for.
Okay.
but we did discuss that.
Okay, so why don't we make an amendment that we are asking for 2 posts and 2 railings from the porch to the patio access on unit C.
Can you go down on one more? Yeah.
It's not on here.
Yeah.
This is the plan.
thought he
It
had
should
put it in
be
there.
on, Farouk. It
What?
needs to be on that plan, on that elevation.
Right. I'm just trying to.
I
see.
told you that. I told your guy in the field, it was written down on the list that was given to you. And so you should have revised it.
I thought he did. That's what I'm trying to look. I'll have to look at my email. I have a feeling I have a plan that does show that. But anyways, I'll look at it. And
I have looked
not
at
that
the
I added.
plan, and it hasn't been revised the way it's supposed to be revised. The other thing, Michael, if you want to look, why don't we do A and B? If you look on the plans on the other units, the windows down here, the windows and access to the basement, you will note are different sizes on the other plans.
I noticed that. Yeah.
And when the original plans, you see how small they are?
Yeah.
And so that is something that should be corrected. I mean, I'm willing to approve this if we get the corrections and, that they look the way they're supposed to. I mean, too many times I've been back and forth on this. And as I said, I did give a list. I went through this railing more than once, and I'm still a little concerned about the size of these windows, which are incorrectly shown on.
You mean the basement window?
Yeah.
So do we want to approve A and B? Hazel, are we good with A and B?
We can go with A and B as long as we confirm about the basement windows.
Yeah. I'm not too hung up on the basement windows.
Through the chairman, I had sent.
Farouk, hold on. Farouk, hold
Okay.
on. So I don't think there's going to be a change in those basement windows. And again, I understand your concern for consistency and communication, but I'm not too worried about the basement windows.
Okay.
They have to conform to a building code for natural ventilation, and they're essentially below ground. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, they're actually part. All right. I will approve those, and I'll approve C based on the fact that the changes are made so that the plans are correct.
Okay, so we're asking him we're going to give him approval on all units, but
Yeah.
C, hold on, Farouk, C unit, we're going to want a revised drawing showing that second newel post and railing on the stairs down to the patio. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Kristen, you got all that? Farouk,
Yep.
go ahead, Farouk.
I just sent her the email of the plan that I submitted. That's a whole different plan. I mean, not a whole different date.
Well,
If you put
whatever
that
the
up-
plans that were revised should have been in there yesterday, and
Yeah.
No,
everything.
but this was sent on 9/8, 9/9 or 9/8, something like. This is the one that I sent. I think it got mixed up in the file. See those basement windows? I had corrected them based on your instructions, Hazel.
Farouk, this doesn't have the newel posts they're talking about.
Right. The newel post didn't we installed it because the building inspector, sometimes wants it, so we did it. But the basement windows are all changed to the proper heights.
All right.
This is the plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so,
anyways, I'll
so-
get that in the newel post.
okay, we got to get that newel post on the drawing.
Okay.
Can you send a revised drawing ASAP?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I don't see the difference in what you just emailed me and what I have up on the screen, but
No, this one here see those basement windows?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
small.
they're very large. Go back to the one that I just sent you. That was the one that was sent the most recent.
all right. So this has got a 9/8 date on it.
I don't know. Take a look at
Got
it.
to go,
Yeah,
Michael.
go down a little ways.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the date on it?
All right, so in
Okay.
interest of time, let's approve A and B. We'll make the motion to approve A and B.
I thought you're doing the C also.
Well, okay. Can you get a drawing with the second newel
Yes,
post?
I will. You'll have it.
Okay, and you'll have today's date on it,
Yes,
9/30/2020.
correct.
Okay. Kristen, are you able for us to vote on this, or do you need more time to forgive
Oh,
it?
you can go ahead.
Okay, so we made that motion, and the plan's approved as submitted. There'll be a new C plan submitted today, 9/30/2020, to add on the new newel post, the second newel post, and second handrail to the patio. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, we'll vote. Hazel, in favor?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Myself, yes.
Thank you.
All right.
All right,
All right.
Mike, I have to go.
All right, we're going to close this hearing. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Thank you.